Hey everybody, Captain B-Nard back here with another Wi-Fi battle. Huge day today because we have week 1 of the RoDL4. So, this is it. We are back in Draft League, as I mentioned before, and we are ready to go. First ever land battle as well. So, this is a pretty crazy and intense day. It was quite the rigorous setup to get here. So you can see our opponent on the side there. Normie Girl is the name. So we do have a little bit of a game plan going into this one. Looking at the team that they drafted, I am actually a little bit surprised by the fact that there is no Araquanid here. That is the Pokemon, one Pokemon that they drafted that I'm a little bit surprised that we're not seeing here. I'm also kind of surprised to see the Girder and the Ninjask. Didn't quite expect those, but in any event, we're hopefully going to be ready to get started here. So again, week 1 of the RoDL4. A little bit nervous. Definitely was quite the tough road to walk to get this battle underway. But here we go. New look, new trainer card as well. So hopefully we can make something big happen here for week 1. And hopefully it'll be worth it. So there she is. And she's going to go ahead and lead with the Chinchino. Okay, so I am going to lead with the Urshifu single strike. So, question is, what do I want to do to start off here? So, we are in a pretty sizable timer here. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and choice band sucker punch this thing right off the gate. Not a ton of time to decide, but no, she's actually going to go for the switch into the Corsola, so that's a rather risky play there that's actually going to pay off for her, so that's kind of unfortunate for me. Gonna have to switch out on this thing for sure, so I'm not 100% sure what I want to bring in. I think we're going to go with Jellicent. Yeah, since I am choice band locked into Sucker Punch. And this thing is probably just going to set up on me here. So important thing to note about the land timer, each player has a 10-minute time limit to make game actions, and if that time limit runs out, that player automatically loses. So definitely going to have to watch the timer. So here's the switch into the Jellicent, and there is the Will-O-Wisp. So that's actually not terrible since I'm a purely special attacker, so I can take that, and then I am going to take the burn damage, so not the end of the world. I think I'm actually going to go for a Will-O-Wisp of my own here. So yeah, time is definitely of the essence. Definitely want to watch the clock, although cannot. It's going to be a delicate balance here because it is going to be a fine line between thinking moves through versus making fast and sloppy decisions. So I'm going to get my Will-O-Wisp off on this thing, which is good. That is going to burn this thing. So she is going to Hex, actually, so that's not great. And that is going to do quite a lot of damage, actually, definitely more than I thought. So that's not good. That is going to knock me down to about a third. I'm going to regain some HP with the leftovers and take some burn damage, which is going to negate that recovery, essentially. And she's also going to take that burn damage. So I could... yeah, this is not a great situation to be in. I think I just have to Hex here to try and get as much damage as possible on this thing. I won't be able to survive another Hex on her side, I believe, but I kind of... feel like I have no choice but to just go for it. So definitely not a super great start to this match here, but I know she's going to go for a switch as well, and she's going to come in with the Chinchino, so that's really bad, actually. So yeah, Hex not going to do anything to this. So yeah, that's actually really bad. She's definitely making the plays here early on, and yeah, that is not good. So this thing could take me out, actually, if she goes for a the grass move, but I think I'm actually just going to take a chance here and recover. And she is going to go for a triple axle, and she actually misses, so that's really good for me. So she was anticipating the switch, which is great, and then the triple axle actually does miss, although I don't think it would have taken me out anyway. So I regain all that HP from the recover and the leftovers, then take the burn damage. So I am definitely going to want to get out of here this turn, I think. And I think yeah, the Escavalier is going to come in here, and hopefully that should be fit to handle whatever this thing does to me. So yeah, we're going to see how that goes. So in comes the Lancelot, ready to go, and she is going to Bullet Seed. Okay, so that's actually good, because that is X4 resistance right there. Unfortunately, it doesn't make contact, so not going to take the Rocky Helmet damage, but I'm going to take virtually no damage from this attack, thanks to my max HP investment and the X4 resistance. So I think at this point it's probably pretty safe to just knock off, so that is what I'm going to go for here. She could stay in and try to, you know, get the flinches, which is, I'm sure, the strategy with this thing. But if she does do that, going to take a lot of damage from Rocky Helmet off like a tail slap or a triple axle or something like that. So, and no, she's not going to risk it. Going to go for the switch and going to come in with the Galarian Corsola again. So that's actually really good for me. So it's going to switch right into this knockoff, which is going to do a truckload of damage and with a critical hit, actually, and it is going to get rid of that Eviolite. So that is awesome. This thing is also going to take burn damage as well. So now I have a little bit of a choice to make here. I don't think I want to take a burn actually on this thing. That would actually be kind of devastating. So I am going to switch out into RK9. You know, predicting maybe either a Will-O-Wisp or something. I'm not sure. Escavalier and Corsola both really slow, so who knows who would outspeed who, but I'm not ready to take that risk right now. Getting the Intimidate, actually this thing's going to Strength Sap, so that's actually not good. So that's going to cut my attack, and then going to regain all of this thing's HP, actually, so that's actually really bad. And then going to take that burn damage as well. So yeah, that's definitely not good. What do I want to switch in now is going to be the big question, and I think it's going to have to be so the only good thing is I don't think, you know what, I think I am just actually going to Flare Blitz to see how much damage I can get now that the Eviolite's gone. And no, she is going to switch out, not going to want to stay in on that. So going to switch in with the Girder. And so the Girder is going to take this Flare Blitz here. I am at -1, but I do have a Life Orb and I'm max attack. That is going to do over half, so that's good damage there. I'm going to take the Recoil and the Life Orb damage. I think at this point there's no reason to just not go for another one. If she stays in, I should outspeed, and no, she's going to Mach Punch, and that is going to do quite a bit of damage actually there, but I am going to get the Flare Blitz, and that is going to get rid of that Girder, which is pretty critical, getting that first down there. So Arcanine's barely going to survive all that damage with 31 HP in the red, but that is going to knock her to 5, so that is actually not bad. For me, so we'll see what she wants to do in response here. I am packing Morning Sun, so if the opportunity presents itself, I could definitely heal up, but I don't know if I'm going to get that. Now going to come in with the Ninjask, and this thing, actually, this is a pretty dangerous situation, because this thing could easily outspeed me, but I think at this point I just have to, I'm just going to go for the extreme speed here. To maybe chip this thing. So going to hit the extreme speed, and that is going to knock this thing down to half, and I'm not going to survive the Life Orb recoil, unfortunately, on this thing. It's going to go for an Acrobatics, but that is going to knock me down to 5, losing the Arcanine. Not great, but I think it was a necessary sacrifice at this point in the game. So now I kind of have another choice to make as to what I want to come in here, and I think it's going to have to be the Goodra, so we're going to come in with that. So we're going to come in with Slimer, and not 100% sure. I think I can pretty safely click Flamethrower here, so that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, we're going to do that, and she's going to stay, actually U-turn And that is going to do a pretty decent chunk of damage. Going to trigger Gooey to drop this thing's speed. So that's going to reveal that I have that rather than Sap Sipper, so not the best thing in the world, but she also does get the mandatory switch, and we're going to see what she wants to come in with here. Whatever it is going to be switching in on an expert belt flamethrower, and there are quite a few fire weaknesses on her team as well, so it's going to be the Cinccino. Okay, so this thing is going to switch in, and it is going to take the flamethrower neutral damage, and that is going to take it down by about half, which is not bad. I think I'm definitely not going to want to stay in on this. Definitely going to want to switch back to the S-Cavalier here. Not going to want to take a big hit on Goodra, which is, this thing is probably going to tail slap, I would imagine. So coming in with the S-Cavalier, no, it's going to Rock Blast instead. So even so, that is not going to do too much damage on a neutral hit. X5, it's going to be 5 hits, and I do have a little over half my HP remaining. So what do I want to do now is the question, and I think we're just going to knock off again, actually. I think that's the safest thing we can do. This thing is going to Rock Blast again, so it is going to be fishing for the flinch. Hopefully, it has about a 50% chance, I think, so we just have to cross our fingers and hope that we don't get flinched here, and we don't get flinched, thankfully. So this thing is going to get knocked off, and has a huge threat out of the way with the Cinccino, so that's great. So I'm going to get rid of the Cinccino, knocking her down to 4 Pokemon here. So that is pretty incredible. That is a big threat out of the way. So yeah, that's good. So now I'm going to go ahead and come in with that Galarian Darm, and this thing is definitely a big threat. So we're a little worse for wear here, but definitely don't want to risk this thing. I guess we just pretty much have to stay in an Iron Head here. Probably going to lose the S-Cavalier right here, but don't really have any great option at this point for that. So just going to Iron Head. We'll see what she wants to do. We are up 5-4 at this point, and she is definitely taking a little more time clicking moves here than we are, so that could definitely come in handy later if the game comes to it at the end. So hopefully it doesn't come to that, but we'll see what happens. And this thing is going to Earthquake. Okay, so I'm going to Earthquake, and that is going to take me out for sure from that range. So that it gets rid of the S-Cavalier, drops me to 4. Now, I am going to assume, actually, that this thing is probably choice item in some way. So with that assumption, I am going to come in here with the Cresselia. So yeah, if this thing is choiced, it's definitely going to have to switch here, and that should give me the opportunity to go for something. So I think I'm just going to actually Calm Mind, so we're going to try and get a Calm Mind boost up here, and this thing is indeed probably going to be choiced because it is going to switch, and it is going into the Galarian Corsola. So I am going to get the Calm Mind here, so that is going to give me that special attack and special defense increase. So we already know this thing has Will-O-Wisp, Hex, and Strength Sap. Not sure what the 4th move is, I don't believe, so we are sitting at +1 at this point. I think we're just going to Shadow Ball to see how much damage. I think if this, depending on the spread of this thing, who knows? We just have to see what kind of damage we're going to get. So gonna go for a Shadow Ball here. And will it be a 2-hit KO? Yes, it will easily be a 2-hit KO from that range. But Cursed Body going to activate to disable Will-O-Wisp. So that is really bad, or to disable the Shadow Ball. Wow, so that sucks. She is going to Will-O-Wisp me, so I'm going to be taking that residual damage, and she's going to take that burn damage. So fortunately, I do have another attacking move, even though the Shadow Ball is disabled. That is Psychic. Definitely have to go for it right now. If she stays in, she's going to get knocked out with the Psychic, and indeed she does stay in at +1, and that Psychic is going to get rid of that Corsola, thankfully. So that is going to knock her to 3, so that is definitely big for me. Another big threat out of the way. Going to regain HP with the leftovers and take the burn damage as well. So, It does suck that we have the Shadow Ball disabled, so that could actually be very critical, and she is going to come in with the Ninjask. Okay, so definitely a big decision to make right here. I am at +1. You know what? I think this thing is not choiced. We know that. Cresselia's bulky. We're going to stay in Psychic, and hopefully we can take a bug attack from this thing. It is going to Leech Life. Okay, so how much damage is that going to do? Going to take me to about half with that Leech Life, and this thing is going to be boosted back up to about almost full health from that. We're going to hit it with a Psychic in return, and how much is it going to do? Is it going to be enough? Yes, it is going to be enough, thankfully, to get rid of that. Ninjask, another threat out of the way, knocking her to 2, going to get that HP back with the leftovers as well, and to take the burn damage. So we're sitting at about half at this point, which is not bad. So that is not bad at all. So now she is going to come in with the Jirachi. Now this is bad actually, because Shadow Ball is still disabled. So unfortunately we are going to, I believe Shadow Ball is still disabled, yes. So we are going to have to switch out here. So I think the only thing we can do is we're going to go ahead and switch into the Jellicent here. So they have 2 left. She has 2 left. It is the Jirachi and the Galarian Darm, the 2 biggest threats on the team, unfortunately. So Jellicent coming in here. She is going to Ancient Power. Okay, so that's interesting. Not going to do a ton of damage. So that it's either going to be a special set or a mixed set Jirachi, which is going to be interesting. So I am going to regain HP and take damage as well. So I think we're going to go ahead and... Hex here to try and get some damage. It could have Will-O-Wisped, but I want to see how much, I guess, the Hex can do. We'll see what she wants to do. We are sitting at around 6 minutes, I believe, of game time left on our side. She has to be at least a minute or 2 lower than that, I would assume, just granted based on the game actions we've seen thus far. But we're going to see how much the Hex does. She might want to switch here, fearing the Will-O-Wisp, but then she wouldn't want to take the Will-O-Wisp on the Galarian Darm either, so she's definitely thinking about this one. Definitely could be a critical turn, but the Hex chip will be good. She is going to outspeed, and she is going to Shadow Ball, so that's not great. I'm going to get the Shadow Ball, going to knock me down to about a third HP, going to Hex in return, and that is going to knock this thing down well below half to about a third, which is good. So that is a clean 2-shot KO right there. I'm going to regain the HP with the leftovers and take the burn damage once again. Based on that damage output, we should be able to survive another attack from this thing and hopefully take this thing out with another Hex. So she is just going to Shadow Ball again. And it looks, I think, and we are able to survive just barely, actually, with 11, and oh no, we get flinched. We get flinched off what I can only assume would be like a King's Rock. So, yeah, that is, wow. Okay, so we got flinched at an extremely crucial point in the match. That is really unfortunate. Yeah, so I guess we're not gonna be able to take another one, but can't afford a switch right now. So just gonna take an Ancient Power here, and that is going to get rid of me, unfortunately. Thankfully, no boosts, so that is gonna knock me down to 3. We should still be in decent shape though. So going to switch in with our ace in the hole, the Urshifu. So this thing, not sure on the spread if it'll outspeed or not. We don't know, but I think we could Sucker Punch, but I feel like that's probably not a good idea. I think we're actually going to Wicked Blow, actually, because she might be switching, fearing the Sucker Punch, but no, she stays in Flash Cannons. Okay, so Flash Cannon incoming. It does about half, and thankfully no flinch again. That would have been devastating. Gonna Wicked Blow. It's Choice Band, max attack, guaranteed critical hit, so that is going to get rid of the Jirachi there, dropping her to just 1. Now the last Pokemon on her side is going to be the Galarian Darm. So we're going to have to see which move this thing locks itself into. So I think we're going to want to switch out because we're going to want to lock ourselves in on Sucker Punch. So we're going to switch into either... I think we're going to switch into the Cresselia, actually, at this point. Either Cresselia or Goodra has to be coming in here. Kind of a difficult decision. I think just to see... It's going to be... Cresselia, I think. Yeah, it's going to be Cresselia. So we're going to switch in Cresselia. This thing has to be choice, I think, so we're going to see what move it locks into. It is going to be Earthquake. Okay, so if this thing is choiced, then we just won the game because this thing will not be able to touch Cresselia with an Earthquake, so because of Levitate. So if this thing is choiced, we just won the game. So we're going to go ahead and go for a Psychic here for Chip, and we're going to find out if it is choice or not right now. We're going to see what happens, and hopefully it is choice. Normally these things are either choice, Scarf, or banned. A lot of the time Scarf. But if it is choice, we did just win because of the Levitate on the Cresselia, so we're going to see. And yes, it is choice. So okay, so that is going to be the game right there. It is choice, so it can't hit us thanks to the Levitate. Gonna Psychic. That is going to be a clean 2-shot. So that looks like it's going to be all she wrote there. So that is an intense match right here. But it looks like we are going to get the win. With one more Psychic, hopefully, from the Cresselia. So, yeah, once again, Earthquake, choice locked, nothing that she can do. So, gonna hit this thing with a Psychic one more time. And, indeed, it is going to be enough to take out that Galarian Darm. And that is game. Okay, so we're gonna win that one 3-0 versus Normie Girl. That was a really intense match. Really good match. So... that is awesome. We're going to get that win. And so, yeah, that's going to do it. So we can back out of everything. Yeah, and that is it. So great way to start the season there for the Philadelphia Pidgeys. We are going to advance to 1-0 there. So that is awesome. So... definitely a nerve-wracking game there, but we were able to get it done, and that is awesome. So, thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and/or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. As I mentioned, we are just getting started here with the league, so hopefully we continue our fortune into the rest of the league. So, that's it, and we'll see you next time.